So the more it gets played, the more one gets, the less it pays, the less it gets. Second, it's distributed based on the number of performers within a particular track, whether it is a solo song or a duet song or whatever. As Lakshmi had pointed out, there was a lot of litigation, a lot of question marks as to, in law, because if we are to fight a single thing, we all know that a single thing can be spoken of in two different ways, and that's why there is litigation. So even in copyright over the performer's rights, there was litigation of the hows and whys and the interpretation of each word. What I did was a very clever thing. Last year, 6 months, 7 months back in October, I said, let's lay to rest the entire damned litigation. Litigation is going to land up nowhere. Let the artist, the poor artist, get royalties. And let me just tell you one instance of such a thing, which you should all remember, a very, very factual thing. There was a singer called Rajkumari. None of you would be knowing it because she was an old singer. She died of poverty. Similarly, आप सबको पता होगा, वो गाना तो सुना ही होगा सबने, आएगा आने वाला, आएगा आएगा. Okay, we all know that. But do we know who created that? No. Fine. I, for the first time, got royalties for this artist called Khemchand Prakash. In the year 1990, I had gone to Channel 4. मैंने वहाँ धरना कर दिया था. What the hell? These foreign countries, especially the UK and the US, tell our government, tell India that we are a home of piracy. So I told them, what the hell are you talking? You are a pirate yourself. Where is the money for the artists in our country? Give me the royalty. You pay royalty to a Michael Jackson. Why are you not paying a royalty to, say, for example, Kishore Kumar or an Arijit Singh today? And that's the time when I got these royalties in the year 1990. And for this song, there was about 16,000 rupees that was come. And I told my office, okay, distribute this off to whoever was the owner of it. The owner was Khemchand Prakash. And we found out that he is no more. So the answer to one of your questions is no. Even if a person is no more alive, according to law, it's 6 years post-mortem. So we tried to find out who is the legal heir of this Khemchand Prakash. And we got to learn. Of course, it was a very nice thing, and I was very pleasantly surprised that at least this gentleman had only one wife. So made matters a little more better for me. Otherwise, in the industry, So anyway, we found out. And we found out, to our utter surprise and sadness, the lady was begging on the streets of Malad station. That's what we all morally are responsible to set right. We need to respect the artist, because an artist has a certain period. He is here sometimes. But when he was on the downfall, nobody wants to listen to him. Nobody wants even to recognize him. And that's where ISRA has formed. ISRA has come into being. And what we did last, as I told you about 6-7 months back, was I said, let's forget the litigation. Let's not, try to increase the billing of lawyers. Let's save that money. Money saved is the money earned. And therefore, we signed an agreement with the entire music industry of the country. All the music industry of the country and all the singers and musicians of the country agreed that music companies will now pay the royalties for and on behalf of the artists. So now we have become one. The music industry, the owners of sound recordings, the owners of the performers' rights are now one. And we are going to approach the end users to start respecting and paying for it. Earlier क्या होता था, कहीं भी restaurant या hotel या events में जाओ, वो कहते हैं, अरे, हम इसको भी दें और उसको भी दें. Of course you have to give, that is no doubt about it. But of course that lands you up into the courts. And therefore we said, okay भैया, from now onwards there will be just one person. अब इसको दे दो, अब देखते हैं कहाँ जाते हो. Right? So we are also now working towards a one window policy. And Mr. Piyush Goyal ji has just announced that about 10 days back in Bombay, and a committee has been formed under the chairmanship of Anup Jalota ji, and I'm one of the committee members there. We are now looking into making a one window for all the music licenses of the country. So at least now the problem, if the user has no reason to say that he is not going to pay, he has to pay to this one window. How this window is going to further distribute is none of your problem. Is the problem between the owners, they will sort it out. But the end user will definitely be caught there. So that's how the systems is working. In this entire system of working, I would now request Preeti to at least give us some of your views on this particular aspect about, the music and music-related aspects of copyright.
Okay. Thank you, Sanjay sir. So, good evening all the members. And it's really very difficult for the last speaker what to speak, because all learned members are there in the panel and they have covered all the important points over here. And I'm like the person who sits at the back bench and prepare only for one question, and unfortunately that question doesn't come in the examination, then what to answer. But sometimes you get such a lenient moderator and gives you a chance to present yourself. So I'm a person from liberal arts. I'm not a lawyer, or I have not studied law at all. But I'm like a common layman, common person. I have also some questions regarding copyrights. So basically when we teach in liberal arts, performing arts, applied arts, and apart from that, so many other aspects related to writing, content creation, we have seen students struggling very hard. Though they make copyright of each and every slide, each and every content what they prepare, even whatever performances they go for. For example, I'm from Maharashtra, and there are various Karanduks, plays are there. For example, Purushottam Karandak, Firodhiya Karandak, and their students work very hard. They create scripts, they create songs, they compose so many themes, background scores, and somehow they don't get noticed. And after a few years, it is been seen that when something gets popularized, then they get to know, oh, it has been created by me. And then litigations, laws, and everything comes in. So as sir rightly said, moral responsibility, that's equally important for all of us. It's not only lawmakers or judges or lawyers will do that. We are responsible for that. So what is copyright? If somebody is saying something, if somebody is creating something, I think we should give due respect to that. We should be morally responsible to understand what efforts have been taken for creating that artifact or art or content by the person. So I feel each and every one of us is equally responsible for this. When we talk about literature, there is archetypal of literature. Everything is created by God and we all are a copy of it. So it's again copy of a copy. So why we are cheating on somebody? Why we are copying somebody else's image who has tried to create it from God's own image? So I think whatever is said by all the panel members here, and Jatak Katha especially, I really liked it the way she explained it. So we all should be very mindful when we are copying somebody's content. We should give due credit to the person who has created it, considering the efforts he has put in. So as it has been started with music, and music is a silent companion for all of us, though I'll not be able to give much from my end. I have just suggested few things which we want lawmakers could do for common man. So when royalty and copyright was started, I think Lata Mangeshkar ji and Kishore Kumar, they started it first in the industry. So the very good song which has been sung by Kishore Kumar, I'll end my a little speech by that. चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं एक ऐसे गगन के तले जहाँ गम भी ना हो आंसू भी ना हो बस प्यार ही प्यार पले एक ऐसे गगन के तले. Thank you so much, sir.
It really pleases me that that's how all the world is. We are full of music. Whenever a child is born, सबसे पहले जो है वो म्यूजिक ही निकलता है. उसका रोना भी जो है, that is sound, and that's lovely to the mother's ear. तो हम सब म्यूजिक बहुत चाहते हैं, and music is in our blood. I will now turn to all of you for you now to participate and tell me what's your view on this. One of you, chalo, the backbenchers. Because you just said backbenchers, so let me just go to the backbenchers and ask them, how do you feel? Because you are all budding guys, man. So you all should have some thoughts over what is the music and what should the copyright be. What's it? Somebody, yeah.
You mentioned about single window, sounded attractive. We have copyright management societies administering licensing issues, but there's also an argument that they could be monopolistic, especially when it comes to blanket licenses. So how do you balance it out?
Yeah, a good question. You see, copyright in music and the administration of copyright in music should always be a deemed monopoly. It is in public interest that this deemed monopoly should exist. The reason is very simple, and it has been found in all parts of the world, not only in India. And that's the reason why there are copyright societies to do this job. Just imagine now. What does the copyright law say? The copyright law says that wherever a song is being exploited commercially, the person who is exploiting that song has to take a license or a clearance. Correct? अब बेचारे उस आदमी के सोचो जो वो गाना बजा रहा है. अभी आपने गाना गाया, मैं आपकी सोच रहा हूं कि अगर ये कॉमर्शियल होता तो क्या होता. आप मर जाती अगर ये डीम्ड मोनोपोली नहीं